Undisputed.
Statement wins from the Suns and especially the Heat yesterday. Hi there, everybody. Welcome into Undisputed this morning. I'm Jen Hale here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Good morning, gentlemen.
Big announcement today here on Fox. My Dallas Cowboys will this season play at Lambeau live on Fox nationally. And we got a little payback for Aaron Rodgers this time because we owe him big time.
When's the last time y'all beat the Packers?
Well, we're going to discuss that a little later in the show, and I'm going to save it for that because I don't really want to talk about it.
Y'all got to travel to Lambeau to catch another L.
Yeah.
That one's going to be spicy, guys. I can't wait. All right, but first, we got to talk about these NBA playoff games. Joel Embiid's 76ers fell 120-85 to the Heat last night. This series now shifts back to Philly with the Sixers on the brink of elimination Thursday night. Embiid scored 17, 5 rebounds. Now, this was his first game since news leaked that Nikola Jokic beat him out for MVP this season. During halftime last night, Charles Barkley discussed if that news played an impact on Embiid's performance. Take a listen.
Joel Embiid is so distracted, in my opinion, by this MVP thing. He's not there tonight. He got 6 points, but he's not being aggressive. He's throwing the ball away. I'm like, and I wonder on that team who's gonna say, yo, man, you the MVP. We knew you're the MVP. Now go ahead and prove it. But Ernie, when you are mad about something, it can work both ways. And it's working the wrong way for Joel Embiid tonight. He is so distracted.
Certainly was an uncharacteristic performance from Embiid. Shannon, how do you explain his performance last night?
Well, I agree with Charles to an extent. I do think he was impacted by the news, Skip. He started politicking a month ago. Remember, he said, if I don't win this award, they just don't like me. So he was already putting it out there, Skip. Obviously, when you put something, you work so hard, you train so hard from something. Joel Embiid had gotten himself in the best shape of his career. And it seemed like, you know what, it was finally going to pay off in an individual award. Obviously, yeah, he wants to win the championship. But all of a sudden, you work so hard for something and you don't achieve it. It's like, damn, what? And you heard him say it last night. What else do I got to do?
And remember, this is the second straight year. Go ahead.
Second straight year, he's finished runner-up to Nikola Jokic, who's very deserving of the award. And it seemed like it's because, look, I get it. Miami is the number one seed for a reason. They started out in the zone, but as Charles said, he was not aggressive. It seemed like he was passing it. I mean, he had 6 points in the first half, and then he comes out in the third quarter and he has 11. Yeah. Why didn't you have that aggressiveness to start the ball game? This is a game 5, and 82% of the game 5 winners go on and win the series. You could have put a stranglehold on this series. Yeah. Win game 5, Skip. Now I'm going back to Philly to close your butt out, Miami. Now, all of a sudden, you're going to be fighting for your life. This is a desperation game. But it seemed like he was impacted by the ball game. He did not seem as aggressive as I saw him in the previous 3 games. I mean, what the hell am I supposed to do with 17-5, Skip? That's Joel Embiid. The dude, you can't give us 13 points under your season average in a playoff game. You can't give us 6 fewer rebounds in a playoff game than your regular season average. The top guys, even if you look at Jordan, if Jordan averaged 30, skipping the postseason, he averaged 33. You look at the great players. You look at KD. KD average goes up in the postseason from the regular season. LeBron goes up from the postseason to the regular season to the postseason. That's what the greats have to do, Joel. So look, they ain't gonna revote. And I'm also trying to figure out, damn, everybody I've heard say, I voted for Joel Embiid. I voted for Joel Embiid. Well, how did Nikola Jokic win the awards? Give him everybody you've heard, I voted for Joe. I voted for Joe. Well, damn, they must be got 2,000 voters. There's nothing else you can do. Maybe you cast a secret ballot.
Yep.
There's nothing else you can do, Joel. All you can do now is go out there, play your butt off in a game 6, and force a game 7. There's nothing else you can do about the MVP. But, Skip, he did not seem like the Joel Embiid from the previous 2 games. Now, he did take a swat to the face late in the first half, Skip, but I don't think that impacted. And what the hell, it's a football game. Just because you're hurt, that doesn't mean I'm hurt. Just because you're going 60%, that don't mean I'm going to go 60%. I'm going 100%. I'm going to swat at the ball. I'm trying to get rebounds. I'm trying to do whatever I can because I want to win. So if I accidentally hit you side the face and when you got the shield on, the mask, it is what it is. But he did not seem like the Joel Embiid that I saw in games 3 and 4. And I don't know what the reasons why. Maybe it was. Maybe he wasn't feeling well. But, Joel, you have to understand, bro, when you out there, all they see is 21 and they see Embiid. They want to see at least 30, 11, and 5. That's what they want to see. And you need to give him that. That was not a Joel Embiid performance last night. That's not nearly good enough.
All right. I hear everything you just said. This is what I know for a fact because I'm looking at it in the box score. I'm looking at my man Joel Embiid was a minus 29 in plus-minus last night.
Jeez.
With his running mate and co-star James Harden, who also disappeared, didn't show. He was also a game low, minus 29.
But we've given up on him, though, Skip, already.
I got it. But when your two quote-unquote stars are both minus 29.
You're losing bad.
And playoff Jimmy for the home team, the Heat, is a plus 36, you're going to get your butt blown off, and they did. All right, now back to Charles Barkley's contention, sort of the TNT panel's contention inside the NBA. Even Chris Haynes, our man, their reporter, had some really insightful sort of sideline updates and insights into Joel at the shoot-around yesterday, that he was in a mood and he was sitting by himself. He was distant from his teammates, hard to talk to. I get all that. I don't know what it all means because who knows exactly what's going on in that man's mind.
Right.
We do have some injury situations that we should account for here because I think they're valid, quote-unquote, excuses. Remember, Joel, early in the game, if we could see this, he did go diving into the crowd after a loose basketball, right. And it looked like, if we could see it, he grabbed his back like he had tweaked it. He is a huge human being, and his back is very tweakable in situations like that,
right.
Okay? So he fell into the crowd. At least he did that. At least he tried, sort of gave himself up a little bit, and then he gets back up and he grabs his back, okay? I don't know if he hit his back or wrenched his back or both. I'm not sure.
Well, you know, didn't he miss a couple of games with a back injury?
He's always got a back going on. He's had a thumb going on, reportedly, that is still plaguing him. And then we get to the mask and to the play in question. If we could see that, Dedmon actually hits the basketball and it just smashed Joel in the mask. And I'm sure it didn't feel very good. I'm sure because now the mask actually serves as like a battering ram against your face, right? If you get a basketball up against you. And I'm sure that did not feel good.
Mm-hmm.
I
agree.
Okay, so we have 3 potential injuries going on. We have an injured Pride over the MVP going on. So did he sulk? Did he pout? Did he play half-heartedly? Did he play lacking luster last night because he was troubled by losing the MVP? I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea. The TNT crew seemed like they had it from the inside. It almost seemed like it had come from somebody either up high or in the coaching staff, or somebody had told them, oh, he's pouting over the MVP.
Because here's the thing, Skip. What's his normal behavior during shoot-around? Is he normally distanced? Is he normally sitting by himself?
I'm going to doubt that because he's pretty engaging.
Exactly.
You know, he can be very outgoing when he feels like it, right?
I get it. Because think about it now. That's the MVP. There have been a lot of men that play professional basketball. There's only a handful of them that's won that award. So that's going to mean something. I led the NBA in scoring, and I won the MVP. So obviously he put a lot of thought, a lot of work, and a lot of effort into this award, Skip. He was in the best shape of his life.
I got it.
And all he wants to do, Skip, is to pay it off. He wants that hard work to be validated. And this year, it just wasn't. That doesn't mean he can't win the award next year or the year after. It's just not this year.
Yet, in his very lackluster post-game interview, when he talked about like this, he was just like completely out of energy, as was his basketball team last night. He went on and on about, I already knew I was going to lose the award 2 weeks ago.
Right.
So he said, it's not like I just found out this afternoon.
So it was on his mind.
Okay, it's possible it just plagued him and ate at him until it just ate him up before last night's game. But he went on and on about how I'm not mad about losing the award. And then he talked about it and he talked about it and he talked about it some more until finally it came across that he is, in fact, deflated over it. He's frustrated to a fault over it. He's at a loss to explain, like, what more do I need to do? What did he average? He had 31, 12, and 4 assists. Those are pretty big numbers.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So, and he led the league in scoring. Okay. And he says, what more can I do? And the more he talked about it, the more it seemed like.
Yeah, you were upset.
Yeah. Okay. I got it.
Yes.
And yet, the bottom line takeaway for all this is Doc Rivers saying after the game, they